So what's the definition of insanity?
Doing it over and over again and expecting a different outcome.
Doing what?
Different outcome.
Doing what?
Doing the same thing.
So what's the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different
What? Outcome?
Yeah.
So what's the definition of insanity?
Daddy. I need to see when you do something over and over again and expect a different outcome.
So what's the definition of insanity?
Daddy.
If the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome, then what do you have to do to not be insane?
Not do it over and over again.
Just stop doing it, right? Right. I talked to a guy last night. His name is Ken Cates, Cates, and he's got a website. And you know what's on that website? All kinds of Hudson information, directions. It's even got links to other videos. And you know, these things aren't the easiest cars to work on, you know, and they're not the easiest cars to find parts for. We talked for about an hour. Very, very, very knowledgeable man, and he sent me his number, said, hey, give me a call, I might be able to help you with your car. So you know what happened when I called him?
He didn't answer. He did answer.
He did answer.
I knew the answer.
He answered the phone, and we talked for about an hour, matter of fact. And the more I talked to him, the more I realized that you know, I like that motor that's in that car, and I really wanted it to be the motor that was in that car. And I was describing a lot of the symptoms that that thing was having, and he starts naming off several different possibilities, and also the procedure for checking those potential issues. There's little bushings that could be worn. There's this inside on a lot of different things, and I just don't think it's the right move, given my circumstance, to be trying to fix, you know, get that engine where it would need to be to do what we wanted to do. You know where Purist is?
No.
If you liked Coca-Cola, you was just a die-hard Coca-Cola fan, like Grandma. If you loved Coca-Cola and you had half a cup full of Coca-Cola and there was no more Coca-Cola to get, and you said, man, I wish I had some more Coca-Cola, and somebody come walking in and said, hey, I got ice cold Pepsi, and poured half of your cup full of Pepsi, how would you feel?
Terrible.
That's a purist. They want a whole cup of Coca-Cola and no Pepsi, or vice versa. They want all. You know what I would say?
What?
Give me some Pepsi. I had planned to do some reading on Mr. Cates' website, and I probably still will. But I think it's best if I take this alternate route. The goal's still to have a Hudson, you know what I mean? I just gonna probably have some Pepsi mixed in there with the Coke. Well, if I ain't beating the dead horse on this car, I'll beat the dead horse of complaint on that old man again. It's bad luck to make an agreement with a marketplace candidate, and then in the process of waiting for them to arrive, begin to put things back together. So from here on out, if I post anything on Marketplace and there's an agreement, like somebody gives me their word they're coming to get it, they get the tote parts off because I ain't putting it back together. Bad luck. Because I put my hood back on knowing that if I kept this car, there was no sense in keeping the hood on it because I was going to be popping it so much. So here I am in the dark with the hood on, and Mr. Honorable Old Man and his great infinite generation of keeping his word is off somewhere else. So at any rate, my plan at this moment is, while the engine is cold, to get a reading on my cylinders. And because I'm getting it's not blow by, I'm getting crankcase pressure buildup. And my spark plugs are absolutely spotless. All 6 of them are absolutely spotless. And yet I still get crankcase pressure coming out my filler and my side pipe. So what's the chance that as I'm running this thing, the compression stroke from one cylinder is making its way over into another cylinder while that cylinder's valves are closed, and it's forcing that pressure down into the crankcase? I don't know. At any rate, I'm getting a reading on the cylinders here. I'll just go ahead and tell you now, this may seem like a novelty, but boy, it sure does help a lot. There we go. Halfway between 60 and 90. Almost 9. Let's see. Cylinder 4. Same. Halfway between 60 and 90. Number 6. Kind of low on that back one. That's 60. So all of them are pretty well at around 80. And again, if somebody calls you and says, "Hey, I want to offer you X dollars for your thing," and you say, "Okay, come get it." And then while you're sitting there and they're on the way, and you say, "Man, it would really help that person if I went ahead and put the hood and fender back on that thing." Don't do it. It's bad luck. When they get here, they get to your place, and you say, "Yeah, I got the such and such right over here. I'll help you load it when you pay me money." Yeah, do it that way. Because if not, you'll be wedged in between your hood, and it don't need to be there. And again, this is number 2 on my top 10 list of tools. Highly, highly underrated. My number 1 tool of being highly underrated is this little booger right here. Do yourself a favor and get one. you wouldn't think that little tool would be worth anything. But buddy, and one of these, that's number 3. Like I say, idle's fine while it's cold. Put it in gear. It's idling a little rougher than it normally does. I'm gonna try. It still got the sputter, but nowhere near as bad. I don't know if it was just luck or the position of the moon was in the right orbit today, or I don't know. I think I'm gonna change the oil. Maybe I might try to reroute my fuel line, because I know that's a big deal. And I had already tried changing the fuel pump. I don't remember if I mentioned that before, but my understanding is if you get low fuel pressure, it can do that to these. So I did that, didn't change anything. I'm gonna try to get some cooler fuel, and I'm gonna change the oil. This is actually after running that seafoam through a few times on a couple heat cycles. I probably put, I don't know, 15 miles of that seafoam in there, going through about 3 or 4 heat cycles, and the oil was absolutely spotless, you know, before I poured that in there, so you can see what kind of cleaning it done, getting all that black stuff out, carbon buildup and sludge. Big difference. I don't think it's actually going to help it run better, but nothing hurt with trying it. I've been told that getting a pressure reading after it's hot may reveal something that getting one while it's cold won't. So why not? Let's just do it. Number 6. Same as it was when it was cold. Number 5. Same. Number 4. Pretty much same thing. Number 3. Same. 2. Same. Numero uno. That was a little low. Down the road. What's that you say?
Why do we have the trailer?
Well, the trailer's meant for hauling.
Are we hauling that bus?
No, we ain't gonna get the bus.
Where are we going to?
Going down the road. it means it's different. It means that if you decided to go left and then you changed your mind and went right, you made an alternate selection.
So we were gonna be late?
Who's late?
No, late.
I didn't know we was on time to begin with. Who's late?
The lake that we go to.
Somebody's late.
The lake that we go to every single time.
I ain't late. I'm on time because I'm early. I don't go places late.
Tasmanian devil. Daddy, where are we going?
Southbound.
Where's southbound?
That's where we're headed right now. We are currently southbound.
Why do we have the trailer?
Because we're gonna try to haul something.
Where are we gonna try to haul?
What we're gonna put on the trailer,
Where are we gonna put on the trailer and haul?
what we load on it.
Where are we gonna load on the trailer and haul it? Oh, it's the.
Where are we gonna haul it?
It's
With the trailer. We're gonna haul it with the trailer.
Daddy, it's the school bus. Daddy, is it the school bus?
Oh no. That thing wouldn't fit on that trailer. That's the big
Is it
bus.
a truck?
The bus? No, the bus ain't a truck.
No,
Well, I mean, I guess you could say it's a
No,
truck.
are we hauling the truck?
We ain't hauling nothing. The trailer's empty.
No. Why do we have the trailer and
So-
what are we gonna haul?
What we put on it.
What are we gonna put on it?
What we end up hauling.
Are we getting a boat or something? What do we do? We already have a boat!
I'm not trying to fasten anything. I don't need any bolts, nuts, or washers right now.
Why do we have the trailer?
It's good to haul things on when you need to haul things.
What are we hauling?
I'm not hauling nothing right now.
Where are you gonna haul later?
I don't know anything. I can haul anything with that. I mean, as long as it fit on there, I can haul it pretty
No.
much.
What are you gonna haul in a second?
Well, in a second, 1, 2, nothing. I'm still not hauling anything. I'm just pulling an empty trailer.
And I'm just gonna wait until in 10 minutes. What are you gonna
In
haul?
10 minutes, that'd be 5:38. I'd say I'm probably still going to be hauling nothing.
20 minutes?
20 minutes. That's a good question. I don't know where I'll be in 20 minutes.
What Daddy is on? Why are we having the trailer? Daddy, there's a spider on the back window.
Oh, yeah.
I can't touch it. They can't come in here. Daddy,
Waddy?
why do we have the trailer if we're not hauling anything?
Well, you can't haul nothing on it until you go get what you're hauling,
What
and then
are
you
we
load it.
going to get to haul?
What we intend to load.
What are we going to intend to load so that we can haul it and then we can take it back somewhere?
What we're going to get.
What are we going to get to take it somewhere to haul it to that place that we're going to take it to?
You lost me.
What? Okay, when we get whatever, what are we getting?
What we're going to haul.
What are we gonna haul?
What we put on the trailer.
What are we gonna put on the trailer?
What we're going to get.
Daddy, what are we going to get?
What we intend to haul.
What do we intend to haul?
What we put on the trailer.
What are we gonna put on the trailer?
What we load. What we load up.
That's why Daddy's not telling us. It's a surprise.
What we load up. That's what'll be on there.
It's a surprise. I got orange. You got yellow.
No, we are gonna get run over.
No.
No.
We've ate here before, haven't we?
Yes. Stop.
How are you, Miss Moody?
She's mommy. She's mommy.
Getting what?
Biscotti.
Biscotti? What are you getting?
I don't know.
You don't know?
What are you getting?
Biscotti.
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 How is that?
It's good.
It looks good.
Mamma mia. Spaghetti disappear. Everybody close your eyes. Disappear.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Well. We have made it home, a full round trip. Yeah, if you're looking at if you want to see a Hudson, this ain't it. It's definitely a horse of a different color. This may or may not be the donor. I've checked all those cylinders in that engine, and it's well below what it calls for to have good compression. That could be the rings are worn, and it just seems like the more I try to do to that thing, the farther backwards I go. I wanted the 308. I worked hard to try to save the 308, and the cold hard reality of it is that I'm going to have a Hudson, and I'm going somewhere in my Hudson. And while I didn't want it to be anything other than a 308 power in it, I just don't have that type of luxury. So I'm going to be trying this 350 with a 700R. Now, I don't know if that's going to nestle into that engine bay, or if I'm going to have to do some, I'm sure I'll have to do some modificating, but it may turn out that I do a full subframe graft. The point is that we have something that can be worked on, can be repaired, and can be enjoyed. That's silliness to think that you're going to have an old car and not work on it. The problem that I'm seeing with Hudson is that while they were great cars, they were tremendously over-engineered, and the parts are monopolized with literally just 2 or 3 guys, and the prices are, it's heartbreaking, because if I say anything about the prices, then that means I'm talking bad about certain people, and that's not what I want to do. But it's definitely not conducive to furthering and helping Hudsons and Hudson groups as a whole, to bring other people in. And I'm not trying to preach to anybody, but for me and mine, we just want a Hudson. We want to drive a Hudson. And I apologize to any of the purists that may be watching. As soon as somebody hears, oh, he's putting a 350 in it, That's the end of it. But we're trying to save a Hudson. And if it came down to putting, Tesla gear in it, I'm not opposed to it. If it gets us down the road and we're not breathing a half a quart of oil every 6 miles, I'd put that in there. But this Camaro is potentially the donor, and the goal from here on out is to get this car to where it's able. I can determine as to whether or not it's a viable solution to my Hudson 308 issues. And the Camaro in and of itself is a blessing in the sense that the fine, upstanding fella donated that car to the cause. And I didn't even think to ask him if he wanted to have some accolades on this. I don't believe he's the type of person that would be, but I have racked my brain trying to figure out what I could do to save this car, and I pretty well, after that last video, had given up. And I got a message from this guy, and he said, "Hey, come look at this car." And the next thing I know, it's on my trailer, and we're shaking hands, and he's wishing me good luck. And for that, I'm tremendously grateful. And I thank him, and I thank the good Lord for knowing what we were in need of before we were in need of it, and making a way where there seemed to be no way. And so that's where we're at. That's why the Camaro is a part of this video. And if you stayed and stuck around this long and you're scratching your head as to why that car was here, there's your answer. And again, thank y'all for watching. If you're not subscribed, it don't hurt nobody. Try it. It helps my channel out. I'm still trying to figure out what that even means, helps my channel out. I'm not making nothing off of any of these videos other than the potential that somebody else is seeing what I'm doing and going, that might be a route that I need to go, because I haven't had any kind of direction up until I was able to talk with Mr. Cates the other day, like I was telling you earlier in the video, and for that I'm grateful. But at any rate, thank y'all for watching. Hopefully there'll be more videos on this car, and hopefully they'll be going in a direction that's more palatable for what we're trying to do. Thank y'all.